video, and we have got global shenanigans. No, I'm just kidding. We have I would say this is an official, real, global shaft situation. I've talked with a bunch of other people about it, and we all kind of agree that it's like, okay, this is dumb. I mean, this is exactly the type of shit why I am always like, please get the games on the same timeline, because if the games were on the same timeline, I feel like stuff like this would happen less often, right? So we have a bunch of stuff to look at. I'm going to have as well a link to Bandai. I believe this is going to be the official proper link that you can do right here. Well, I mean, this is for Google Play. Wait, hold on one sec. Do I have I think I have the iOS one as well. Is this iOS right here? It is. Okay, very good. Okay, so these are two links are basically, to where you could send an inquiry to Bandai, and, you could say, like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, stuff like that. So what's going on here is the LR UI Goku situation. Now, Kawhi made a pretty good thread related about this UI Goku situation on Global, so I'm going to try and cover the basis of it, and then I think if we just, the point is to, okay, it's like these inquiries. You don't, fill this out and say, you effer, you're effing us over, BS. Legitimately ask them, why is UI Goku not in the pool, but you can get him with the guaranteed LR spot, on JP, because LR UI Goku came out on Global before JP. Then in JP, he's in all the different, summon spots. LR Vegeta and Nappa on Global came out after UI Goku. They're in all the summon spots. It just doesn't make sense. And the thing is, I would argue LR UI Goku is the best character on the banner, too, so it doesn't matter. I mean, there's not that many people that would have pulled him, in those first couple multis. But, there's a few people that definitely would have, right? So, all right, so what we have right here is a thread on, this is, UI Goku affair over on Global. All right, so let's go ahead and go through Kawhi's thread, and we'll look at some other stuff we got here. So in the Global Step Up, it is not possible to summon LR UI Goku outside the guaranteed LR slot, right? So I have the banner right here. All right, so the way it works is you get one of the, the guaranteed unit is the last unit of all these multis. All of these characters, all these Dokkan Fest exclusives, all these LRs here in the banner pool, you can pull them in any of the first 9 slots in any of these steps, right? But then you also get your guaranteed one as the last unit in any of these steps. Well, for some reason, UI Goku is not in the unit listing. He's not on these banners outside of the guaranteed LR spot. You can, on Global, pull UI Goku as your guaranteed LR spot, but that's the only way you could get him. On JP, theoretically, you could pull UI Goku on every single one of these, steps, right? But you're not able to do that on... Well, you're able to do that on JP, but you're not able to do it on Global, right? And, it definitely is very unfair, right? Again, I hate, I just wish they would have released the banners as exactly the same on both versions. I don't really understand why the banners have to be different on either version at all. It just doesn't really make sense to me, right? They could have just made it equally as good on both versions. So this is an error for many reasons, right? Because, again, Vegeta and Nappa came out after LR UI Goku on Global. So let's go ahead and keep going and see what Kawhi says. A large English-speaking mobilization on Reddit. They're going to investigate the thing. This is not an auto-reply, because Bandai auto-replies. It is not. Okay, so now we could take a look at exactly what's going on, right? So a couple of people over on the Reddit emailed Bandai, basically saying, what's going on. Here was the reply, that they report a matter is being confirmed by the appropriate department. So... there was a situation that happened last year on Global, which, it's, I don't know, it's a little similar, in that there was a unit on the Global banner a unit that was not on the Global banner that should have been in LR Tech Broly, right? This was the LR Androids banner from last year. I actually have a Reddit thread from a year ago. So again, the LR Android 16, 17, and 18 banner that was on both Global and JP last year during the 300 million download celebration, right? On JP's banner, LR Tech Broly, I believe, was in the unfeatured listing. But on Global's version of the 16, 17, and 18 banner, LR Tech Broly was not on the unfeatured list. It literally is like the only time ever that like some unfeatured LR, like one of those like legendary summon LRs, was just not on a banner like that. That's the only time that that's ever happened, right? So this was Bandai's reply at the time. So they say like, yep, thanks for talking to us. Our apologies for the repeated replies. Kindly be advised the reported matter is according to the specifications. The character lineup of the top legendary summon banner is different from the Japanese version. So what they're telling you right there is, yeah, this is intended. Like, you know, we intended for LR Tech Broly to not be in the banner, but then right here, you know, like you guys see what the response is, right? But if we look at what their responses is right now to this LR UI Goku thing, we can see that it's a completely different thing that they are saying, right? Like this is not the same response that we got a year ago related to LR Tech Broly. And then we have another reply that Bandai gave right here. So, apologies for the inconvenience. Reported matters being confirmed by the appropriate department. It's the same thing, right? So they've sent this out to multiple people here. This exact reply right here. But again, this is not what they were saying in regards to the LR Tech Broly situation last year. So I think asking, like you know, sending in like an email inquiry or replying to them on Facebook or replying to them on Twitter, I mean, at the very least, it will elicit a response from Bandai, right? Like they'll tell us what's going on, so that will be good. Now, I believe there was another one very, very recently. Yeah, this was auto reply. Okay, this is 3 hours ago. And they're saying they received too many inquiries regarding game trouble. So I don't know, maybe this isn't even at this point really needed that much, because it looks like they're like, oh, okay, they realize something is going on here. This could be in relation to Kawhi's thread, because, you know, sort of like a mobilization right here. So they are, wait, okay. This is not an auto reply. It's we, so they're idling, not working. All right, let's keep going with Kawhi's thread again, see what else he's saying here. Since they've responded to emails on the subject, there will 100% be communication on the subject. We can expect 2 scenarios. So basically they're saying like, yeah, we intended for Goku not to be on the banner, or they admit the error, in which case one can strongly expect a correction of the problem, or potentially some sort of compensation as well. I mean, we'll talk more about that in a second. If the step up is changed, 99% sure that there will be compensation with people, yeah, who summoned, and a lot of room in terms of realism given how they work and in terms of legitimacy to demand a refund of the Dragon Stones used on the step up. Now, I don't know how realistic an actual refund is. I mean, I guess like if it's actually a mistake and they did not mean to do that and UI Goku is intended to be on the banner, potential refunds could come in. I mean, obviously that would be very good for a lot of global players. I know there's going to be a lot of people who will be saying like 300 stones too as well. I don't know if like a 300 stones type thing is realistic, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they do. I would say the most likely thing that's gonna happen here is they'll give us like they'll give out like 1 stone or something like that, right? Like, I mean, I guess that is sort of a meme. All right, so let's keep going. So already has been a successful case in community movements on the issue of the 250 million download tickets, which had not been unfairly distributed to a significant number of players. Yeah, I remember this right here. Let's see what he says. Spam their emails so that we can win our case on the subject. Okay. And then here is the last one right here. See what he says. Not by touching with the defeatist air that we'll have anything demonstrated several times. Dokkan, it costs nothing to try. Yeah, so he's basically saying like, you know, there's no reason we can't actually give this a try, right? Which I agree. So basically, in summary, right, LR UI Goku was not on the global like step up summons correctly, right? So basically, what we're asking for them is to respond and tell us why LR UI Goku was not on the global step up summons. Because again, on JP, Goku was on all of these different steps, right? Whereas over there on Global, he was not. And then LRs that were released after, Vegeta and Nappa, you know, they were correctly on all of the steps. It was only LR UI Goku. And here's the thing. I mean, Global Dokkan, listen, they know. that LR UI Goku is like the best character on that banner, and he's like the most hyped character on that banner and shit like that. Because here we have this right here, like LR UI Goku's like art is on the celebration like thing right there. So understand this. So what I have here, these are the two like sort of like, you know, things you can send in an email. Now we do already have this, that they're receiving too many inquiries, but more is not gonna hurt until they give us a response. I feel like it's not gonna hurt, but I would like to very much ask, don't be like cursing them out. Just legitimately ask for an explanation as to why UI Goku was not in the steps, but an LR released afterwards was, and stuff like that. I think that's a very good thing to ask. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the comments. I'll pin it in the comment section. You know, one for Google Play, and then we have one for the App Store right here. Let me know what you guys think of this entire situation right here regarding the LR UI Goku banner and all this. Again, I think pressing Bandai and Akatsuki on this is good, but be like, don't, you know, be like cursing out and stuff like that, right? So we'll see if we have an update, what happens with this whole global shafting situation. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.